Weapons in Expedition 33 are extremely important. But what's even more important is choosing which ones to upgrade and how much to upgrade them. And with finite resources in the game, this can become a little bit of a stress. But hopefully today, I can kind of help you out with that stress, as we've found a pretty decent area which will help you not worry so much about upgrading those weapons. Now, the area that I'm on about is here, and it's called the Flying Manor. Now, to find the Flying Manor on the map, you, of course, are going to need to be able to fly with SKA because it's one of the floating islands. So this is definitely someone you're going to go in the end game. But I do need to preface, once again, the entire way through playing this game, you're just going to get random weapon upgrade, you know, just from doing the fight. So unless you really think a weapon's worth it, honestly, don't upgrade it, because you might get that upgrade if you're 50-50 on a weapon. But the Flying Manor is here. It's near where you go and get Minoko, and it's just up from the first island. Again, you do need to fly to do it. And then when you enter the Flying Manor, you're going to come to this spot here, and it's going to kind of take you down to this courtyard. And I honestly, the maps in this game, I don't think there's been a map yet that I've loaded up into, and I'm not like, oh man, this just looks unbelievable. And this is just another one of them that just looks absolutely unbelievable. Now, in this main courtyard, there's going to be some sections that you can go from. There are 4 bosses here. We've beaten the Lampmaster. We've beaten the Duelist, is it? I think his name. Then this guy. I've not actually heard of this one before until I fought him here. He's fairly difficult, but you're going to be able to beat him. He just does the bouncing attack. I've cleared this section here to the left. I've gone up on that lift. And then I've also done that section there. So that's going to find you each of these enemies that you're going to go and kill. And they've all so far dropped pretty decent stuff. This guy, not as good. But there is another thing down there that I will show you that is really going to help you in terms of weapons and Pictos. And then the last one is down in this section. The whole aim is to open this door. I don't know what's behind this door, but I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be some kind of super boss or something. You don't usually hide something like that unless there's some cool boss. So I'm not going to do the boss in this video because I don't want to take away the opportunity. But I'm pretty positive when looking around that I go down here. I think. I don't know if I just go down. Yeah, I go down here, and this hopefully is going to give me the other boss. Now, what is fantastic about this area and what I was mentioning about doing the weapons and leveling them up and whatnot is this area is absolutely juiced. There is so much good stuff in this area. There we go. There's a big... Oh, he looks like he's going to be hard to beat. He's got some friends. He's got some mates. But there's just going to be so much stuff. This area was obviously designed with the idea of giving you tons of endgame loot and gear and Pictos and stuff. But there's also going to be other stuff in the area that you can go and do. And enemies to fight. We've got a chest that we can open down there. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to fight the main boss and then see what we get. But I'm just going to fight this guy and just see if we get anything. Because I've been fighting normal enemies and they have been giving me drops. So we're just going to go and kill this guy. And hopefully... he'll drop something that we want. They're pretty easy. I just want to showcase how easy the enemies are in this area. I don't know if the bosses you could do at a super low level. I'm just hitting the 90s. So I do understand that this might not be an area that is as easy for other people. But I do feel like I could have done this way earlier, right? I could have done this area way earlier and still beaten absolutely everything. Another tip to the area, take Minoko. Minoko's going to get a lot of legs from this area. Like, a lot of legs from this area. And you're going to be able to start filling up some of the cool stuff. Especially, like, when you fight the Lampmaster and the Duelist, you get legs from them as well. And if you're trying to complete the game 100%, I believe one of the achievements is to unlock all of his skills. But I'm just going to fight the main boss, and then I'll clear up this area off camera. But... honestly, the amount of times you're going to go here and just pick up... Do you know what? Screw it. I said I'm just going to fight the boss, but I wanted the goodie. The amount of times you're going to just walk around and find goodies in this area, it's all super compact as well, is insane. But you'll already see here, this was a good idea to come and do this fight because we're going to get another one of these Nevron legs that we don't have already. And I want to max him out. As time's gone on, I really didn't like Minoko at the start, but as time's gone on, I am getting more and more comfortable with the idea of using him. Let's just use Phantom Strike here. Because he actually is really good. Once you pick up some of these Nevron legs... Oh, I forgot they were going to counterattack. It didn't give me a chance. And... oh, I did it too late. We're just going to revive anyway. But picking up the Nevron legs is absolutely insane. It makes him so much stronger. When you don't have them, you start to feel a little bit like I'm not doing too well, and I have made a grave mistake because these guys are not going to be able to do Elemental Genesis. I actually really like Tsunami. He absorbed it, but we should be able to kill him off here. This is going to do mad damage. And there we go. See what I mean? You fight these bosses and Monoko just picks up their abilities. It's just fantastic. Like, it's so cool once you start getting more of Monoko's abilities, what he can actually do. Screw it. Let's just hit him because I am going to get the ability to use Electric next. Oh, I'm not even going to need it. I'm going to counterattack that. Some of these mobs as well, I should mention while we've been playing through, some of the smaller mobs have actually given me weapon upgrades. That one didn't. That just gave me the foot, but I'm going to take the foot. Let's see now what we get from fighting the boss. The bosses have given me the most, and this looks like it could be a difficult one, especially using Linné. You can see here that we've got lightning, fire, and ice. So Linné, for me, is probably not going to be the play in this one. I'm going to actually go with Verso. And the joy of this, actually, is every single one of these is going to give me a Nevron foot. That is insane. I am all for getting... Oh, I did not time that well. I'm all for getting these Nevron feet. Absolutely all for it. This one, so far, has been the hardest boss. I am not even kidding you. These guys have been the hardest that I've fought so far. They go first, and they've absolutely started to decimate me, and I'm doing no damage. You're really going to have to be in a good spot and learn how to break these guys. Wow, okay, that fight was difficult. That was really difficult. I don't want to ruin it, so I didn't want to show you the fight, but yeah, they were really good. I ended up having to use my second team. I had to bring in the B team. That shows you exactly why you should be building your secondary teams, but this is what I wanted to show. You look on the left, look at the rewards you are getting. You are getting 16 Color Illumina, you are getting 6 Grandiose Chroma Catalyst, and you are getting this finite resource, people. You are getting one of the perfect Chroma Catalyst, and that is what we came for. That fight took me 9 minutes. We do get another foot as well for Monaco, or Monoko. I don't know why I call him Monaco. But I just feel like this is probably one of my favorite sections I've done so far, mainly because they're just rewarding you with so much stuff. The coolest part as well is I'm going to go and explore this area now. But if I go back and speak to this boy, he will take me straight back to the plaza. So you don't have to do that backtracking that you constantly have to do. It's just fantastic. I think that said we got 15 total in Lumina. I mean, I'm going to explore this entire area now, but it's worth it for the Grandiosis. I wish I could show you everything that dropped last night when I started doing this area. All the cool stuff that started to drop for me, but it is worth it just for the Grandiosis. I'm not even going to lie to you. Getting them is super difficult. Oh, wow, there's one of these guys here as well. This is the most chock-a-full map that I think there has been, in my opinion. Is this a Picto? And we get a Picto upgrade. Roulette up to level 28. The amount of Picto upgrades, I'm going to be able to show you now, right? I can show you now just through the menus. So if we go to, say, Verso, you can see here how many new Pictos we have. That, like, literally, look at how many new Pictos that we have. It is absolutely insane. Or not just new ones, Pictos that have been upgraded from being in this area. I feel like before you do the main hidden boss, which if you don't know who it is, I'm not going to spoil that for you now, but there is one more, like, super boss at the end of the game. You're going to need some of this stuff. And the fact that we've got all those Pictos, but it doesn't stop there. I can just go on the weapons, and I'm pretty sure there'll be quite a few new weapons. Like, see, we've got 2 there for Verso. We've got another one there for Linné. And then we've also got quite a few here for CL that I haven't looked at this point. Like, a few of them are higher levels as well. See, this one up to 28 now. This one up to 25. This one up to level 30. I didn't have them before doing this area. I got this one here for Mael. And then for Monoko, we've got this one as well. I think there was a couple more, but it just showcases right there, like, how many weapon upgrades you're going to get from doing this area. It's worth it for the Grandiosis, but it's even more worth it for getting the Picto upgrades. And then you tie in the weapon upgrades. It's absolutely insane. You now look at what we've got after doing this. It's pretty crazy. I said Grandiosis, Chroma Catalyst, we're up to 61 now. But also let's mention the perfect ones, which are going to take your weapon to level 33. I don't know if you can get many more than what you can get in this area. So being able to get them in this area and get at least 3 of them to this point, we didn't get one off of one of the bosses, which was a shame. but to have at least picked up 3 at this stage is absolutely massive. There is tons of Grandioses here as well, and I've just got weapon upgrades just honestly out of my ass. We're going to fight this guy. I don't think he's going to give me anything, but I'm going to show you something else as well in this area, and something else that you should be looking out for the entire time at the end game that is going to give you huge Picto and weapon upgrade also. Now, this is what I was talking about. Thank God it happened. Just as I was exploring this area right here, I just come up against a random mob. It really simple, really easy mob. That's why I only gave 472,000 XP, and we got 2 weapon upgrades to 28. 2 weapon upgrades to 28 for a 1-minute fight in this area. This has been the entire way through. This is the area, honestly, that preps you for a lot of the end game, and maybe even not end game, new game plus, because I'm hearing there's a difficulty spike in new game plus, which is, you know, we're close to heading there. I'm close to starting my new game plus once I've basically 100%ed the game, and I cannot believe, I can't get over this area. This area is absolutely insane. Now, another way that's really going to help you when it comes to upgrading your weapons, not only in this area, but this guy in this area is insane, is the merchants in general. Do not sleep on the merchants. I've already been to this guy, but you will see like the sheer amount of upgrades there are here, like taking Stay Marked from 15 to 28, and I use Stay Marked. So the fact that we get this accelerating shot, empowered parry, gradient breaker, which I actually really want because 50% increased break damage with gradient attacks is absolutely insane. Plus it's good crit on this and speed. The best thing about this is you're going to be able to come in and be able to pick up these grandiose rewards, which we're going to go and do, which is super important for leveling up your weapons. And then we are also going to come in here and see that we have level 28 upgrades for all these weapons. Like this, I can't understate this. When you're taking an older weapon, like this one currently owned at 13, and being able to push that to level 28 is it's just a massive difference. It means you're going to need way less Grandiose Chroma in order for you to push that level up on the weapon. And that is absolutely huge. So yes, this area is insane, but this is a method you can use the entire way through the game. It's not just this area. So I would definitely say, when it comes to upgrading your weapons, be very particular. I think upgrading them up to 9, I never really struggle to have the catalyst to do that, and usually you're not swapping weapons as much. And then when you start getting up to 19, it becomes a little bit more difficult. But certainly when you hit the end game, having an area like this that's instantly going to boost your weapons up to 28. I don't know if it randomly rolls on weapons that you don't already have there, so it might be your main weapon that you're using that actually rolls to get up to 28. This area is going to change the end game for you, and this is probably the best way for you to upgrade weapons. In fact, doing these methods in general are the best way to upgrade your weapons because you're getting them for such a little price. You're also gaining more resources while doing it. And like I said, I haven't seen anywhere yet where you could farm the final perfect chroma that you need in order to take your weapons to 33. This is actually the only place I've found so far where I've managed to pick it up, and I've managed to pick up 3 of them. I think if you did several runs, you could keep refarming this area in New Game Plus. I don't know how viable that is. There is a star system where you get more stars for the more times you've done New Game Plus. It's like an endless thing. It's not just New Game Plus once. You can do New Game plus. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I just really wanted to showcase this area and just the sheer amount of stuff that you're going to get while going through this area. And actually, I do think even if you weren't fighting the final boss or you weren't fighting all of the bosses, just coming to this area and fighting a few of the mobs, because sometimes they drop the weapons and they drop these resources, is definitely more than worthwhile. And is definitely something you should be looking to do. Also, if you're at the end game and you haven't explored this area yet, it's not somewhere that you've kind of noticed on the map, it slipped under the radar, do it. Do it and do it now, because you will not be regretting that decision. That's going to be it for me. Thank you very much for all the love and support you've been showing these videos. I am starting to get towards the point of doing the review for the game. We're not quite there yet, but I am slowly getting to that point. I'm just embracing and enjoying the game and having a good time with it for what it is. And every time I find these cool nuances or different things that I think is worthwhile sharing with you guys, I'm going to continue to do it because I'm having a good time doing it, having the conversation in Discord in the comments. But take it easy. I hope you all have an amazing week and weekend, and I will see you in the next video.